So, this following summer, we understand the Lakers had a relatively positively received offseason with some keeps that actually were pivotal over their postseason success to get them to the Western Conference Final after missing the playoffs last year after acquiring Russell Westbrook. And, of course, some outstanding talent that can help their depth, improve the longevity over the long term if somebody gets hurt, and some promising rotation players. But here's the thing. Anthony Davis, and this is not supposed to be a negative. Anthony Davis got paid 3 years, $186 million over an extended deal with the Los Angeles Lakers after just, declining an option to decline his early termination over his contract. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve to get paid off. He actually did a pretty exceptional job around the postseason. He was getting 20 to 18 point games. He was averaging around 2 to 3 blocks. He was a major defensive and offensive component around that 6-game series shutout against the Memphis Grizzlies, defending Jaren Jackson Jr. Getting some impressive 20 to 30 point games against the Warriors, and then trying his hardest to defensively shut out Nikola Jokic. That did not go well. But I can't deny that Anthony Davis still has some production, but his availability has been abhorrent over the past couple of years. If you guys go over his total of games played, he hasn't played over 60 games since his first stint in the Lakers around the bubble, and that had a 4-month window over a shorter season where he missed the 10 games required to even play the full season. Even over his time in New Orleans, he's had injury history. So it's been pretty abhorrent that Anthony Davis has always had these things to hold him back from his fullest potential of being a consistent, high-scoring, hybrid forward that can have a team revolve around him without LeBron James still being a major priority to get them back over to winning formation. And they think that could go to LeBron James still, when it shouldn't. Anthony Davis should be the major contributor, primary scorer to revolt around the defense and offense, while LeBron could just be a key gap right there when he could just drop 18 or 15. I shouldn't be seeing a 38-year-old LeBron James still be averaging around let's just say around like 42 minutes, 43 minutes a game at the small forward position. And that's how it was around the playoffs. He was going 23. He was having, at least over the past 3 seasons, a higher 3-point shooting percentage than the majority of the rotation players. God knows around the 2021-2022 season. He was averaging at least the second highest 3-point shooting average than frickin' Carmelo Anthony. That was the second highest. Anthony Davis was missing games. LeBron James was missing games, and over the availability, you think this might not bite him in the ass? He hasn't been an all-star since the 2021 season. And I don't like being pessimistic, because I like Anthony Davis. This is his 10th year in the league. He's obviously not bad at his position, but his availability and consistency will be annoying. And people were denying that even D'Lo didn't deserve to get paid. I understand for the stint and consistency you guys want to keep over your remaining players that do produce high. Anthony Davis is a great player to try to keep over for the long term. D'Lo has been having issues over having that team that he can stick by for the long term, that can produce him as a primary scorer. I'm not denying that. And they did very well this offseason over getting guys that need to prove themselves. Cam Reddish, that's a good finisher around the rotation. Austin Reeves, that was a breakout star last season. Jackson Hayes, that's a good long forward to try to finish the play. Gabe Vincent was an outstanding postseason performer for the Miami Heat. Taurean Prince is a good 3-and-D player. And of course, getting keeping Shaquille Harrison, finally getting rid of Mohamed Bamba, and you guys have some potential over in your bench. But Anthony Davis getting something that might be sacrificial cap if he has to get traded if the postseason doesn't go well, because this is like his 5th season with the Lakers. If LeBron James leaves, that could be a possibility dependent what happens over LeBron James. If everybody gets traded or they miss the playoffs, because there's always some uncertainty over in extending your long term to a damn near 30-year-old forward that's been in a plethora of injury history, and you guys only won one finals after like a pandemic, and there's been consistency issues over with your 3-point shooting. Some people would say it would be kind of an overspend over getting Anthony Davis to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers, and I wish I was more optimistic for this, because I'm sure a lot of Lakers fans are excited. They get to keep their star forward. They get a bunch of exciting rotation players to keep the pressure off LeBron. They could actually shoot the 3, and they actually have a head coach that they have confidence in that could actually keep everybody at the same page after making it to the conference finals the previous season. I'll give him that, but I just think it's a bit of an overpay for something that might be buyer's remorse. You guys are paying for a fragile package that is broken, but you won it because it was still affordable for you. But this isn't an affordable price of a broken package. It's not. You're still paying full price all because you want the package, even though it's a bit cracked. That's a bit fucked. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's dependent on how anybody interprets it. But I know I've seen how good Anthony Davis is, and if it was a perfect universe when he was at least averaging around 76 to 62 games, and not everybody got to play 82 games. I get it, injuries happen and shit, but over the plethora of games, Anthony Davis leaves at least 14 games for paper cut. I would try to second guess my financial decisions around that point of time. I understand it's very difficult to replace Anthony Davis, but there's been more highly productive players, especially over to that long term. And don't try to feed your way into the James Harden hype. You guys already have a good enough team as it is, and you made it farther than the 76ers did with James Harden over the past 2 seasons. So don't do it. That's my opinion for you. But besides that, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my little take on the Anthony Davis re-signing. But besides that, like, comment, subscribe. Try to increase the channel like we do in the DST show over in Sidelines Productions. Go over a lot of sports, a lot more than necessary on the DST show, so we can get topics to extensify over to other channels. And that's it for me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel. I'm gonna take my Tylenol.